Greetings and welcome to Training at 45. I hope you're in good form and good fettle. So I'm continuing on with another bit of a vlog, or whatever you want to call it, of training. I can do a bit of talking maybe in between things or over it afterwards. So it's been a good month now that I've been into the Steve Reeves style routine. I think I'm getting some really good gains from it already. In the mirror in the morning, I'm seeing some noticeable differences. Making all kinds of gains. All kinds of gains. I've also, in tandem, sort of cleaned up my diet because there's Lent and things going on as well. So I've eliminated sort of chocolate. That was the one thing I could give up on. I couldn't let go of coffee. I still have to have my coffee every day, and was going stir crazy after a few days of trying that, but I've succumbed to chocolate. Anyway, so when I kind of started this, things have really moved on a lot. So I've been keeping a log of all the weights, etc. And bear in mind that I always try to train with really high intensity and, you know, putting maximal effort into the lifts. And so I'm about to move on to my first exercise. You know, I'd got 36 kilos I think on the bar, as well as the handle and the bar and stuff for that Viking press. We're now up to 50 kilos and still smashing like the 12 reps. So that's quite a jump in strength on an overhead press exercise just in a month. So as well, I think the other tip that was incorporated was using the metronome. So just a small little metronome. It's fairly quiet, but I can hear it, so that's great. And it's just keeping those reps at a strict timing of 2 seconds up, 3 seconds down. On some of the lifts, I'm going for a more, say it's like a curl or something, and I really want to squeeze the rep. I'll hold for a couple of counts, then bring it down, and then do the next rep. So yeah, and I guess over the month, really, I suppose there's a few exercises that have been substituted out that I've tried and just didn't get on with, such as like hack squats. I've took those out, and there's still things I'd like to maybe incorporate. So today I think I'd like to give cable dips a try. That's something I've never done, and I've been messing about with just in warm-ups and things, and they feel really nice. So I might eliminate one of my sets of flies and instead just throw in a quick set of cable dips before going on to the lat work. So yeah, and other things are going up quite nicely as well. So I'm kind of using some of the bigger compound lifts, like the first big exercise of every muscle group, as kind of like the benchmark of where I want to progress. So for the shoulders, it's going to be the Viking press. Then the chest, it'll be the dumbbell press for now, until I burn myself out on that. Then for the back, it's going to be the lat pull, and the biceps, I guess, not too particular about those. I'm just trying to make sure I get some really good contractions there. And the legs, it'll be the leg press, just trying to really develop that. Everything else will just be secondary. And as long as I'm really up in those first compound lifts, I think as long as effort's coming in with the other stuff, that'll be fine. And actually, I am still seeing momentum from workout to workout, really, with that. I think the other thing is, as well, is the workout frequency. So what I've been trying to do, rather than just doing a day on, a day off, sort of train, say, on a Sunday afternoon, then I might not train again till the Tuesday night. So I trained on a Tuesday night, and now it's Friday morning. So I'm kind of working it like that, so getting a little bit more rest in, because these are full-on sessions. It's a good hour and a half. As quick as you try and do it, it's still an hour and a half. And that's with pre-setting everything. So I've kind of got all my equipment preset and ready to go. Weight plates that I know I'll need are ready. Cables are set up. Dumbbells are there. So I know for the upper body section, certainly of the workout, everything's ready to go. And then we'll transfer into the shed for the lower body, where the machines are, and a little bit out here as well. So yeah, right, I'm going to do my warm-up, and then we can maybe show some highlights of the workout as we go along. And there we are. Just love those swings. Just using a weight plate for easiness rather than messing around with adjusting dumbbells and things like that. And as well, I know I've got this, if it's locked between my fingers, it's not going to come out. But yeah, love the feeling on the legs and the back and the shoulders. It just gets you breathing a little bit. I'm just going to do a quick hang as well from the bar and just a few rotations on the shoulders. We'll get straight in. Yeah, I think this gradual work of hanging and just avoiding doing sort of overhead press with dumbbells or barbells has really helped any sort of residual shoulder impingement issues that I had. So I thoroughly recommend that. I mean, even if you haven't got like a Viking press attachment like this, I think you could still get a lot from just holding the bar itself and just pushing with the bar, or even one hand at a time. Great exercise. And I like it seated as well, because then I think there's less of a kind of strength curve thing going on, whereas standing I think you're more upright, and then you need like a band or something just to give a bit more tension. Anyway, I'm going to do now my warm-up sets on this. So for warm-ups as well, I'm not going too crazy because I don't want to fatigue myself for the final set, which will be just an all-out set trying to hit 12 reps or thereabouts. So I'll just start with 5, maybe just with one plate, and then I'll probably only do like 1 or 2 reps and build up to that top weight. I'll do that for that first compound exercise in the workout. The other stuff is secondary, you're already warmed up, so then it can flow a lot quicker, because again, it's thinking of the overall time this workout is going to take. Okay, so that's 50 on the bar. I'm going to consider the bar to be 10 because it's half the bar, and then the handle's 5, so 65 kilos. Right, see if we can get the 12 reps. We'll get the metronome on. I've got this so it's doing a click every time rather than like a bar where you get a click, click, click and then a ding. I think that works better. Okay, 12 reps. Come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, so I'm really trying to emphasize that training to absolute failure. So it got to about the 8th rep, I couldn't really control the 2 seconds up, so I was just trying to explode up, and it was actually taking around 2 seconds just to get it up anyway. Man, that feels good, and I'll be able to add a little bit more weight next time. So quite grown to like these laterals just with the weight plates. I'm deliberately not coming down too far because then you just lose tension sort of there. So again, I've got the metronome running. You probably can't hear it, but I do very controlled reps. Come on, 2 more. Ah. Oh man, getting really hard to control the eccentric on the way down on those last few. That's 12 though. I find I get less of a clicking sensation in my left shoulder compared to using a dumbbell, where it was getting all kinds of freaky bone on bone action. Okay, now will be the rear delt fly. I'm only having about 30 seconds or so of rest between these exercises, just keeping the movement going. So these shoulders are going to be totally fried after this. Using the cable pulley system, connected very closely together. I'm going for a hold at the end. What I love about this home pulley thing is it's just so smooth. I've tried pulleys in like hotel gym and things like that, awful. You'd never be able to just get that slow bit of movement. You'd have to have so much inertia just to move some of those crappy machines. So there's a lot of benefits, I think, for training at home with your own equipment that you know does the job. Of course it's got its drawbacks, but I just think when you hear all the horror stories of gyms and crowded places and time it takes to get there and everything else, I think I just come out here whenever I want and just do what I want to do. See if I can do a few more. I'll leave it at 13 and we can put the weight up next time. So now moving on to the chest section of the workout. So I've been specialising in neutral grip dumbbell press for the main move. Progress on that's been a little bit slower. Probably started with something like 26 kilo dumbbells, 28s at that slow tempo. Now going to go for 30s today, because I managed to hit 12 reps with the 29s at that slow speed on the last workout. It was a real strain. I think it's time just to move up, even if I only get 8 reps or something. Just working towards 8 to 12 reps on those. So I'll get some warm-ups in and we'll get going with that. One more, come on. Oh, no way. 8.5, but a new weight. So I've been really enjoying this next exercise, which is the cable fly for the chest. I've been using my natural surroundings and I've rigged up some bands to the fence. The trouble is I'm really struggling with hay fever, and these trees at the moment I think are the culprit of it. So my eyes and everything are all just, and waking up in the morning is terrible. I'm trying to avoid taking any medication because it just makes you a bit drowsy. Always start from here rather than putting a strain on the shoulder as well. Start from the end position and then out. Trying to do them with a real straight arm, but I found actually just having a slight bend in the arm, I'm getting even more tension than on the chest. Just trying to have a borderline really of form with that. Let's see if I can get 12, because again my unit of measure is how far the bench is away from these bricks. So at the moment we're just going with one foot's distance, and then if I get any stronger I can inch it forward, and then eventually we move on to another band. maximum tension. Wow. Definitely better than the last week that I did this. I think maybe just getting a few less reps on the dumbbells might have just given me a little bit more strength in reserve. Okay, going to throw in a little new exercise now I've been meaning to try, which is going to be a kind of like cable dip, I suppose you could call it. So I've got the pulleys set quite wide on the rack, which I'll need them for anyway for the next exercise, and I'll just put 40 kilos on, just test that out, see what that's like. Might have a feel with positioning and stuff, but yeah, we'll do just a quick set of those. If I like them, I might add them to the routine instead of doing 2 sets of flies. Just do 10 for now. Just from that quick set I could really feel it pushing in on the chest, so that's good. I might look to try and have a more upright position, because I think that might just hit the lower chest a little bit better maybe. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do the forward lat pull now. I've rigged up a piece of wood now just to stop the bench from sliding forwards. We've got the pulleys nice and wide, so we can get a set done. Okay. So we get on with this. That was good. That was good. A new weight as well. So we'll now turn the bench round, because we're at a sort of 45-degree angle or whatever towards that weight then, and then keep the weight the same, and then we'll go for a more closer grip pull. Let's get a quick drink. Of course, this is the Steve Reeves power drink. I think it's essential actually if you're doing these big full body workouts. I just feel so fatigued. I think there's a big cardiovascular element to it. I'm certainly losing a slight bit of body fat as well actually in the process of this. I think we can see to 11.5 on that one. Just holding that tension, and just even at the halfway point now, statically, you really feel the muscles engaging. I think, if I don't say so myself, they're two really good rowing variants to try. A nice sort of constant tension as well, and you can easily just gradually load them up to whatever weights you want, or go high reps or low reps. Is great. Okay, I've now got the cable curl just with a straight handle onto the weight plate, a flat bench and a pad just for my head. That's just going to make sure I keep strict form and don't lift up my shoulders in the move. So I'm going to smash out one set of those. It's really weird, my biceps feel a lot stronger today. Those reps are much smoother than the last workout I did, and I was only really feeling the strain on those towards the last few reps, even though I felt the tension felt nice. So certainly seeing some marginal strength gains, just workout to workout. It's crazy. Okay, so I've got the 45-degree curl. I've got this bar that I put some pads on. Just going to stick that behind the bench. And then we've got something to lean the back of the arms on. So one, it's supportive, and two, we can't cheat in the movement. And also the dumbbells have been offset, so there's more weight on one side than the other. On the thumb side, so they turn down. It's 8.5 that time. Last time I did it, I just had even weight on both sides of the dumbbells, so just offsetting them just makes that exercise so much harder. Right, swiftly move on to the triceps. Thought that was a little bit easy then. I realised I'd gone 2.5 kilos lighter than I should have done. I'll just have to make up for it on the next set, which will be overhead extensions. Oh yeah. Got another rep out from last week, that's good. Okay, so we'll move on to the leg work now. So, working on the leg press, vertical leg press. So when we started with this, I was hitting somewhere in the realms of 60 kilos with 2 purple bands, so each one of the bands adds like 45 kilos of resistance at the top of the movement. So I've since added another 22 kilos of weight now onto this, and now instead of going for 12 reps, going for actually 20 reps, so it's getting pretty intense. But I like the feel of the higher reps, to be honest, on this exercise. I think just hitting reps of about 8 or something, it was just crazy intense. I just couldn't build the momentum into it. Might be able to work down to that eventually, but we'll see. Yeah, so I'm really loving this leg press machine. It's very simple, but it's certainly a game changer for home workouts. There's just no way I would have put the best part 170 plus kilos on my back and tried to do 20 rep squats with that. Whereas with this, I've still got that vertical load straight above me. Because these will always be a lot heavier than a 45-degree leg press, just simply because of gravity and the way that is. So you get that pure load straight above you. Feels a little bit rickety sometimes if your form's a bit out, but that's a good sort of indicator that you just need to control your reps. And because I'm using the strict metronome timing, of course, that shouldn't be a problem for me. And so the machine's rated at about 400 pounds anyway, so it's got a fair bit of capacity. Certainly enough for a home gym anyway. Right, let's get on with this set. This is going to be probably quite brutal. Oh yeah. Oh man. I just need a moment of reflection there. It's pretty heavy duty, that is. Making all kinds of gains. All kinds of gains. Cool me down, mate. Okay, we're now going to move on to the belt squats more or less straight away. Done a couple of warm-up sets on these already. Got a support bar, it's like a EZ bar, which gives me just something just to hold on to. I'm not gonna pull myself with the upper body at all. It's probably just a balance thing. Because that last set of leg presses really has fatigued me already. And I'm going to try and just go for like a pause at the bottom on all of these reps as well, just to make it harder. I'm not so bothered about overall weight with this. I just want to really get the stimulus in it, especially more on the posterior chain. I think it works if you've got a wider stance with it, and just get in the right position just on the clips and things. You can just hit a nice balance really of getting a bit more hamstring action than maybe a leg press would do. But yeah, okay, we're gonna do that. Set the timer. Again, I'm gonna just see if we can get 20 reps and see where we get to. Probably like a couple of 3 seconds pause at the bottom. I lost count of the reps there. Probably got to about 12 or something, but wow, that's hard going. $16. Well, that's another good workout. Really feeling it now, especially in the legs. And I did well really to up a lot of the exercises, a few more reps, a little bit more weight here and there, despite not having any breakfast yet this morning, so doing well. Anyway, talking of breakfast, it's time to get that, time to have a wash. I hope your workouts are going good. Keep it real, keep training at 45.